Welcome to tamsguitar.com, and we are going to take a look at a few ideas that you can use in order to make basic open chords sound sophisticated, or this is a good way to make others feel that you know a lot about guitar. Anyway, so we are going to take the chords of C major scale, and before I proceed, I'll be telling you a few things that you need to know, and later on you can do some research, or there will be a few theory courses coming up that will be available in my website. So once those are ready, I'll let you know, so you can wait for those, or you can do the research on your own, read about it. All right, whatever is convenient to you. So every scale has got a group of chords in it. So in every scale there are 3 major chords and 3 minor chords. So how it is formed, it's a bit deep, the subject is deep, but you need to know every major scale has got 3 major chords and 3 minor chords. I'll be telling you the name of the chords in C major scale, and there's a theory behind it, so you can read about it. So every scale has got 3 chords, 3 major chords and 3 minor chords in it. Alright, and there's a rule behind it. You need to know all these rules if you want to improvise, or say if you want to compose a song. Like, there are two important things that we always learn. One is scale and one is chords, and if you don't know how those are linked, then it's of no use. You'll be learning a bunch of songs over a period of time, and you'll be singing those songs without having any idea how those songs are formed. So let's keep it very basic, where everything starts. Very simple songs, with only one scale. Alright, so every song is coming from one scale. That means it's coming from the notes of the scale. So if you are singing a song in C major scale, then the notes are C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Alright, and these notes, these C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C are spread out throughout the guitar, and you can play any tune. Like, you people have heard this a million times. Alright, so this is based off C major scale. So it means the notes that we are using are coming from only C major scale. So since the notes are all fixed, then if you are going to sing the same song using chords, then the chords will be also fixed. And where will the chord come? So chords are what? A number of notes. Alright, so those notes are obviously will be coming from the C major scale. So I cannot have any chord that will have the B flat note, because C major scale doesn't have the B flat note. Alright, so it boils down to a point that we form the chords by taking notes from the scale, by forming different combinations. There's a theory behind it. I don't want to get into so much details. I'm just telling you the logical part. Alright, so it means if a song is in C major scale, and if I know which chords are there in C major scale, then all the notes from C major scale are valid, right, with every chord. So what I'm trying to say, that if I tell you that the 3 major and minor chords are C, F, G are the 3 major chords in C major scale, and D minor, E minor and A minor are the minor chords. So these 6 chords are coming from C major scale. So if you see anybody playing C, F and G, and if you are asked to sing a song, or if you're a guitar player, if you're asked to improvise, then you'll take C major scale, because you already know that C, F, G are coming from C major scale. You cannot use any other scale for improvisation. If the chord progression is fixed, the scale is also fixed. Alright, if the scale is fixed, the notes are fixed. If the notes are fixed, then the chords are also fixed. As simple as that. Alright, so it means that with C chord, I can use the other notes of C major scale. Alright, and with F chord, since it's coming from C major also, it's valid chord in C major, so I can add the notes of the C major scale. So listen to this part very carefully. So what I'll be doing is, I'll show you the open position C major scale. 5th string 3rd fret, 4th string open, 4th string 2nd fret, 4th string 3rd fret, 3rd string open, 3rd string 2nd fret. You write it down. second string first fret, second string open, then first fret, then third fret, then first string open, first string first fret, and first string third fret. Alright, I can take sixth string open, first and third also. So now, once you know this scale, I think this is very preliminary. I'm not going to waste so much time with this, and if you don't know this, you should visit the link below, where I have taught a very basic and most important lesson for absolute beginners. Alright, so there I have explained this in detail. So let's get back to the business. The idea is, once we know the chord progressions from a scale, or the number of chords present in particular scale, then what we can do is we can borrow notes from the scale and add with the chord. That's it. Job done. So my A minor chord is like this, and if you visualize the open position C major scale, then you'll see that a few notes that I can take is, I can make the second string open. I'm just adding notes from or replacing notes of the chord by the notes of the scale. For example, I want to add the sound of second string open. I don't want to know the details like this is A sus2. If I'm a beginner, I don't care about the names. I know A minor, and I want to explore some new sounds and see whether it works with my basic chord progressions or not. Alright, so I have the option of adding these notes because these are coming from the C major scale. First string open, first fret, first string third fret, or second string open, or second string first fret. Second string first fret is already there in A minor. I can add the third fret also. So let's see how it works. So I can take A minor, and if I remove the first finger off, I'm adding the second string open. So it's a different sound, you know. So maybe you have heard this sound. You have heard this a million times. It's a very easy trick, you know. A minor, you remove the first finger off. Alright, this is A sus2. I'll tell you the names anyway, but you won't have to worry much about it. So I'm just giving you ideas of spicing up the chords, alright, or making it sound better or a bit different compared to the basic major minor chords, because we are all so much used to these chords that nobody wants to hear these chords anymore. Alright, but I have to understand and play these chords, you know, in a particular situation and see whether it works or not. If it works, then only we are going to use it. If it doesn't, then no point. You'll look like a fool if you try to act in a way to make yourself feel like, oh, you are so sophisticated. So if it works, it's fine. If it doesn't, big deal. Throw it away. So I can add the fourth finger here, second string third fret. I can keep it here, this finger here, because it doesn't affect the system. If I hold this fret, it's not affected by this. So see, I'm getting a lot of sound. So if your basic song starts with going on with one chord, then you might try out these two notes and see whether it sounds good or not. Like, you can do it for your own composition as well. So instead of doing only A minor, I'm going to add the D note from C major scale and B note from C major scale. That will make the chord A sus4 and A sus2. So let's see, instead of doing this, so you can form your own rhythm patterns. Alright, while picking also you can do anything you wish. Alright, so already it's sounding cool. And now, in case I want to add the first string first fret, let's see. It doesn't sound that good, but in some jazz scenarios you can use this because they have got all complicated chords, you know. So I'm not getting into so much details. So, but it is also usable if the situation demands for it. I'll try the first string third fret. Alright, this is a cool sound. This is A minor 7 actually. I love this sound. So instead of playing A minor, I can add this. So this is a G note. You need to be aware of the notes as well. So it makes it A minor 7. And if you think a bit carefully, where can we get another G note? The third string open is a G note. So that means if I remove the third finger off and I expose the third string, I get A minor 7. So 2 G's actually, it's actually spicing up my A minor 7. Sorry, A minor chord. Instead of playing, I can use this, or many of you have already recognized which song this is. This is coming from Stairway to Heaven, you know. So using such cool shapes, you know, very simple thing, A minor 7. I'm not going to teach you this obviously, but I'm just giving you an idea. Instead of playing A minor like this, they have taken A minor 7. Alright, so lots of inversions going on. Inversion means chord shapes of the same chord, different chord shapes. So you can add this also. So now whenever you see A minor in a C major scale, so it's very important to remember that which scale the chord is coming from, like your song is in which scale. So if you are in G major, then you won't be able to use F, because F sharp is there in G major and A minor chord is also there in G major scale. So you need to know the scale first, and then you can add notes from the scale. I don't want to know all the chords, you know, but if I know the scale shape, I can just add the notes and see which one works. So I can add the notes on the lower portion also. So instead of adding the high G, I can add a low G. Alright, same note, G, G. Alright, so I can do this, and this is also a cool trick of keeping one chord same and adding the bass note. So I can add the F note here. Since I don't have any fingers left, you know, I'll have to use the thumb. So when I add F note to the A minor chord here, it doesn't sound good. But if I add it here, it gives a different vibe. Actually it changes the name of the chord as well. So it becomes F major 7. But you can make it function as A minor. So maybe you have heard this. The trick is very simple. A minor chord, just changing the bass notes. Instead of taking A minor 7 like this, they're taking the G note here. So the name of the chord also changes. Here the bass note is G, so you have to write it as A minor / G. So it means G over A minor. And this is A minor / F, but you can write it as F major 7. I don't want to confuse you so much. So I'm just taking the notes of the scale. Either I'm adding these notes in the higher region or in the lower region. Alright, so the thing that I played, this is a piano song basically. It's called Hello by Lionel Richie. I have got a tutorial uploaded, you can check it out. And there's a song called Skyfall. Skyfall also uses these chords. So these are basic tricks to make your easy chords sound sophisticated. Alright. So I gave you one example. You can try out with other chords. Like I already told you that C, F, G, A minor, D minor, and E minor are the options. So let's take C now. I'll show C to you and you can try the same thing with the remaining chords. So I can take C here, and I really like the sound of G with C. So C major already has C, E, G. So I'm just adding an extra G. The third string open is already there. Third string open is G. Alright, so I can put my first finger here instead of normal C, for example. If I take two chords, C and A minor, and see how flat they sound or how dull. If the song demands this, then it's fine. You won't have to make things complicated every time. But if there is a chance of making it sound more beautiful, then we should. So I'm taking the G note for these two chords. Alright? And this G note can function here on the bass note as well for C. So you'll see that many people hold C like this. Here what they are doing, they are taking the G note. G is the fifth of C, so fifth note on the bass. So you can try this. It's a bit difficult in terms of shifting. Alright, so I'm just showing you the options, you know. Alright, so in C I can add this note, and if you look at the guitar, you still have these notes. So I have got so many options. In C already first string open is there, and if I wish I can add the F note here. So I'll have to bar it, so it doesn't sound good, you know, that much. But if I add the F note here, this is also F, 4th string 3rd fret, same note. So it makes it sound cooler. So C, and instead of adding the F here, I can add the F here. By adding the F here, what I am doing is I'm making it C add 11. Too much complicated. But anyway, you enjoy the sound. So I can use this as F sus2 also. So the same sound is very much close to another chord called F sus2, but you can use this as a variation of C or F, whatever you wish. Now you can already see how I'm using it as a variation of C. I'll show you how it works as a variation of F in a moment. Thanks for watching, and do like us in Facebook and Twitter, where there are pages in the name of Tams Guitar, and also mail me at info@tamsguitar.com if you have any queries. And if you like these videos, please subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends who are in need. See you next time. Bye bye.